Hello, dear friends. Welcome back to Healthy Life Keys. Here's something shocking. Did you know the average senior consumes over 300 pounds of frozen food each year? And yet, most of us have no idea which frozen items are quietly raising our blood pressure, stiffening our arteries, or draining our energy. Have you ever felt dizzy or tired after a frozen dinner and wondered why? Could your microwave breakfast or smoothie be doing more harm than good? Today we're opening the freezer door, and what we'll find might surprise you. Because some foods that look healthy may be sabotaging your heart, and others, often overlooked, could actually reverse vascular aging and bring back strength after 60. This channel is your trusted guide to aging well, and today's video might just be the eye-opener your kitchen needs. If you're ready to feel more energized and protect your heart with every bite, give this video a thumbs up, share it with a loved one, and don't forget to subscribe to Healthy Life Keys. Let's get started. Top 4 frozen foods seniors should never touch, and why. Frozen food feels like a modern miracle. It's fast, clean, and stays fresh for months. But for millions of older adults, what's hiding behind that frosty plastic wrap is anything but innocent. Let's begin with something so seemingly healthy. Even doctors used to recommend it. 4. Breaded frozen fish fillets. It says fish on the box. So your brain might think omega-3s, lean protein, good for the heart. But here's the harsh truth. Those breaded fillets lining your freezer aisle have almost nothing in common with a fresh piece of salmon. What you're really getting is a low-grade, nutrient-depleted white fish, usually basa or pollock, that's been frozen, chemically treated, and sealed in a coating of refined flour and hydrogenated oils. The goal? Texture, not health. These fish are often soaked in phosphates, synthetic additives that keep the fish looking plump after freezing. But phosphates don't just sit quietly in your food. In seniors, they have a way of building up in the bloodstream, throwing off calcium balance, and hardening arteries over time. Especially dangerous if you already have kidney issues. Now layer in over 500 milligrams of sodium per serving. That's a third of your daily limit, just from one healthy dinner. And here's the real kicker. During industrial frying and freezing, these fish develop something called advanced glycation end products, or AGEs. These toxic compounds inflame your blood vessels and double your risk of arrhythmia, particularly atrial fibrillation, a condition that affects nearly 1 in 3 adults over 65. Still think it's just aging when your ankles swell the morning after fried fish night, or when your heartbeat flutters at midnight. That's your cardiovascular system waving a red flag. Swap it out for unbreaded, wild-caught salmon or mackerel. Bake it gently with garlic, lemon, and olive oil. Ingredients proven to improve endothelial function and reduce inflammation. Simple changes like that, they can protect your arteries and your independence. 3rd, frozen pizza. It's Friday night. You're tired? The frozen pizza goes into the oven. Problem solved, right? Not exactly. Frozen pizza is cheap, easy, and nostalgic, but it's also one of the most dangerous foods for older adults with cardiovascular risk. Let's start with the crust. Usually bleached, refined wheat flour, stripped of all fiber and nutrients. Within 20 minutes of eating it, your blood sugar spikes, triggering insulin surges and inflammation. The cheese. Often it's not cheese at all, but an imitation blend containing sodium phosphate, vegetable oils, emulsifiers, and stabilizers to keep it gooey. This doesn't nourish you, it steals from you. Phosphate, again, shows up here, quietly leaching calcium from your bones and hardening your arteries. And the meat toppings, loaded with nitrates, preservatives, and sometimes trans fats. A trio of metabolic sabotage that heightens your risk of heart disease and cognitive decline. The result? Blood pressure spikes, water retention, that dreaded after-dinner fatigue and fogginess you never quite connect to what you ate. According to a study in Kidney International, older adults who consume excess phosphates and nitrates saw a quadrupling in arterial calcification risk and a 38% increase in cardiac mortality. If your heart feels heavy or your energy disappears after frozen pizza, it's not in your head. Make your own version. Use whole grain pita, fresh tomato paste, real mozzarella, and heart-healthy toppings like spinach and olives. It takes the same time, but your arteries will thank you long after the oven cools down. Second, frozen smoothie packs. They say things like immune-boosting, antioxidant-rich, superfruit blend. And that sounds great, especially when you're trying to eat better after 60. But here's where marketing betrays you. These pre-packed frozen smoothie bags often contain high glycemic fruits like banana, mango, pineapple in concentrated quantities that overwhelm your insulin system. These fruits have a naturally high sugar content, but when blended in bulk, their impact multiplies. Some bags even mix in sweetened coconut or added syrups disguised under names like fruit puree or juice concentrate, quietly increasing the sugar load even further. Even when the label reads, "No added sugar," you're still getting a sugar rush, equivalent to a soft drink, especially if you are blending it with fruit juice or sweetened almond milk. Common traps for seniors aiming to eat clean. It might taste refreshing, but the metabolic effect can be jarring. Your body, after 60, processes sugar more slowly, and post-meal glucose spikes in older adults, even non-diabetics, are linked to a 48% higher risk of heart attack and stroke, according to diabetes and vascular disease research. That's not a small number. That's nearly 1 in 2. And what you're not getting? The antioxidants promised on the bag, because these fruits are often stored for months, and key nutrients like vitamin C and polyphenols degrade over time. Sugar remains. The protection doesn't. And without those antioxidants, glucose travels unchecked, triggering inflammation and oxidative stress in your blood vessels. Ever had that moment where you feel amazing right after your smoothie? And then, 30 minutes later, you're lightheaded, anxious, or craving more food. That's a glycemic roller coaster, not nutrition. It spikes your energy, then steals it. Do this instead. Blend a handful of frozen wild blueberries or blackberries, a scoop of protein powder, a tablespoon of flax or chia, and a small handful of greens. Add unsweetened almond milk or water. It's smoother on your blood sugar and powerful for your heart, and it keeps you steady, satisfied, and sharp. 1. Frozen breakfast sandwiches. This one hurts, because it's in nearly every freezer in America. Microwavable egg and meat sandwiches look harmless, but let's open the box. Inside, you'll usually find white flour muffins or biscuits that convert to sugar immediately, liquid egg, mixtures filled with powdered stabilizers and anti-caking agents, processed meats like bacon or sausage pumped full of nitrates and sodium itself, anywhere from 800 to 1,300 milligrams per sandwich. That's more than half of your daily limit in just a few bites, before your second cup of coffee. Now imagine starting your day with that. Before 9 a.m., you've already pushed your blood pressure, cholesterol, and inflammation levels into danger zones. And this isn't just theoretical, it's biological reality. That level of sodium triggers water retention, vascular constriction, and spikes your blood pressure within hours. You may not feel it right away, but your heart certainly does. Your kidneys, already filtering slower after 60, can't remove that excess sodium efficiently. Instead, it lingers, raises blood volume, and puts pressure on your heart. Day after day, this pressure builds quietly until it doesn't. A study published in the Journal of Hypertension in 2022 showed that older adults consuming over 1,500 milligrams sodium per day were 71% more likely to develop heart failure. That's not a margin. That's a warning light. And those nitrates in your sausage, they convert to nitrosamines, which are directly linked to oxidative damage, DNA mutation, and arterial wall stiffening. Once those arteries lose their flexibility, every heartbeat becomes a heavier lift. Ever felt dizzy after breakfast, or like your day started in a fog? That's your cardiovascular and neurological systems reacting to chemical overload. It's not just getting older, it's a red flag in disguise. Ditch it. Instead, make a simple egg scramble with spinach and avocado. Wrap it in a sprouted tortilla, or serve it on Ezekiel toast. Add a pinch of turmeric or chili flakes for flavor and anti-inflammatory benefits. It's cleaner, faster, and supports real circulation, not congestion. And best of all, it sets your day up with energy, not exhaustion. Top 4. Frozen foods seniors should eat daily. Let's flip the narrative. Because not all frozen foods are villains. Some are heroes, especially when chosen wisely. 4. Wild-caught, frozen fish, unbreaded. Let's revisit fish the right way this time. Frozen wild-caught fish, like salmon, sardines, or mackerel, are among the richest natural sources of omega-3 fatty acids, vitamin D coenzyme, Q10. All of these are profoundly anti-inflammatory, and they stabilize heart rhythm, improve triglycerides, and reduce oxidative stress. Omega-3s, especially EPA and DHA, have been studied for decades and are linked to lower blood pressure, slower plaque buildup, and even reduced risk of age-related cognitive decline. These are not just nutrients, they're protectors of your circulatory and nervous systems. When steamed or baked with lemon, olive oil, and garlic, you're not just cooking a meal, you're crafting a cardiovascular therapy. This trio of ingredients enhances absorption of fat-soluble vitamins, supports healthy arteries, and adds powerful polyphenols from garlic, which also helps reduce arterial stiffness. Omega-3s have been shown to lower the risk of sudden cardiac death, while CoQ10 supports energy production inside heart cells. For older adults whose mitochondria are less efficient, this means better stamina, stronger heartbeats, and reduced fatigue during physical activity or daily chores. Choose fillets without sauces or coatings. Look for wild-caught and avoid vague labels like white fish blend. Wild fish are typically leaner and contain fewer environmental toxins than their farmed counterparts. This is frozen food with purpose. It's nourishment that speaks directly to your heart, your metabolism, and your longevity. One forkful at a time. 3. Frozen spinach. It might not excite you at first glance, but frozen spinach is like an artery's best friend in disguise. Thanks to its high nitrate content, frozen at peak freshness, it helps your body produce nitric oxide, which dilates blood vessels and improves circulation. Nitric oxide is a molecule your blood vessels depend on to stay flexible and responsive. As we age, we naturally produce less of it, which is one reason blood pressure tends to creep upward. Spinach helps reverse that trend naturally. A study in clinical nutrition showed that older adults who consumed just one serving of spinach per day lowered their systolic blood pressure by 11 points, a number that rivals some prescription medications. And unlike medication, spinach comes without the side effects. Add in magnesium, potassium, folate, and vitamin K, and you've got a leafy green that doesn't just nourish you, it heals you. Magnesium helps steady your heart rhythm. Potassium flushes out excess sodium. Folate lowers homocysteine, a compound linked to hardened arteries. And vitamin K supports both strong bones and clean arteries. Best part? It's already washed, chopped, and ready to drop into soup, eggs, or even your smoothie. No prep, no excuses. If your hands feel cold, your feet tingly, or your pressure's creeping up, this is a quiet fix your freezer can offer daily. It's not flashy, but it's consistent. Like a loyal friend watching over your heart, one handful at a time. Second, frozen edamame, shelled. Few people realize that frozen green soybeans, or edamame, are one of the most complete plant-based proteins out there. They're loaded with isoflavones, which mimic estrogen and relax blood vessels. Arginine, an amino acid that boosts nitric oxide production. Vitamin K2, which pulls calcium out of your arteries and into your bones. For postmenopausal women and older men alike, this is powerful. It addresses stiffness, inflammation, and even cholesterol metabolism. As estrogen levels decline with age, arteries tend to become less flexible. Isoflavones offer a gentle, natural support system, especially for women navigating hormonal shifts. For men, the anti-inflammatory benefits may reduce arterial plaque formation and help lower LDL cholesterol. A meta-analysis in Journal of Clinical Hypertension found that seniors who consumed soy isoflavones daily reduced systolic BP by nearly 6 millimeters of mercury. That reduction, while modest, significantly lowers the long-term risk of stroke and heart failure, especially when combined with other heart-smart foods. And edamame is low in sodium, high in fiber, and supports a healthy gut microbiome, the very system that helps reduce inflammation throughout your body. Its resistant starches feed beneficial bacteria in your colon, which in turn produce short-chain fatty acids linked to lower blood pressure and better metabolic health. Eat them plain, in salads, grain bowls, or even stirred into miso soup. You can also blend them into hummus, toss them with sea salt and sesame oil, or enjoy them as a simple snack after steaming. They're versatile, nutrient-dense, and tailor-made for aging well. 1. Frozen chicken wings, air-fried or baked. Surprised? So were many of my patients. But unbreaded frozen chicken wings, when cooked the right way, are one of the most underrated protein sources for seniors. They contain collagen types 1 and 3 for artery flexibility and joint health, complete amino acids to support muscle mass, which declines rapidly after 60, zinc, selenium, B6, vital for cholesterol balance, nerve signaling, and immunity. According to a 2022 study in Nutrients, seniors consuming poultry protein regularly had a 41% lower risk of cardiovascular events over 5 years. That kind of protection doesn't come from fads. It comes from giving your body what it recognizes: clean, dense nutrition that supports recovery, strength, and cellular repair. And because wings are richer in skin and bone than chicken breast, they naturally provide collagen, something that supplements often miss. This collagen isn't just for joints. It's key to maintaining vascular elasticity, reducing the risk of arterial rupture or stiffness as you age. Plus, wings deliver a satisfying balance of fat and protein that helps curb cravings without spiking blood sugar. Ideal for seniors managing weight, insulin, or energy crashes. Just don't deep fry them. Bake or air fry with turmeric, rosemary, and sea salt. No batter, no sugar, no industrial seed oils. Add a drizzle of olive oil after cooking, or toss with lemon zest and garlic for extra anti-inflammatory power. Done right. They satisfy your cravings while supporting metabolism, vascular function, and strength. They're comfort food with a cardiovascular twist, the kind of indulgence that doesn't come at your heart's expense. So let's take a moment to look back. Today, we uncovered 4 frozen foods that seniors should avoid, from breaded fish and sugary smoothie packs to microwave sandwiches and pizza loaded with salt, nitrates, and hidden chemicals. These may seem harmless, but over time, they can silently raise blood pressure, stiffen arteries, and drain your energy day after day. But we also discovered hope right inside your freezer, in the form of 4 frozen foods that can actually support your heart, your circulation, and your strength after 60. Foods like wild-caught fish, spinach, edamame, and even air-fried chicken wings, when chosen wisely, can become part of your daily defense against aging and illness. Your freezer isn't the enemy, but now you have the keys to use it wisely. From all of us at Healthy Life Keys, thank you so much for spending this time with us. If you found today's video helpful, please tap the like button, subscribe for more senior-focused health tips, and share this with someone you care about. Remember, every meal is a choice, and with the right knowledge, every choice becomes a step toward better health, better energy, and a better life. We'll see you in the next one. Take care and keep choosing wisely.